This is bunk. We're not reevaluating anything significant. And Microsoft isn't designing anything for the next game. 343 is. We watched the EA Battlefront thing with the curiosity you'd expect, but our current rec system is player-focused and well-liked and unintrusive as far as these things go. This warped logic has me scared about Halo 6.
What we need to talk about is 343's microtransaction mentality going into Halo 6. So, Frankie ends his leak debunking by saying that the current rec system is player-focused, well-liked, and unintrusive. Now, Frankie, I love you, man, but this just isn't true.
You want to hear what he said?
Yeah.
Alright, so I think I've got the quote. Alright, I've got it right here. This is bunk. We're not re-evaluating anything, significant at least. And Microsoft isn't designing anything for the next game. 343 is. We watched the EA Battlefront thing with the curiosity you'd expect, but our current rec system is player-focused and well-liked and unintrusive as far as these things go.
What? Are you fucking kidding me, you stupid motherfucker? That has to be the most fucking idiotic thing I've ever heard anyone say about fucking Halo 5's microtransactions. Why the f***?
This is bunk. We are not reevaluating anything significant, and Microsoft isn't designing anything for the next game. 343 is. But then he says, we watched the EA Battlefront thing with the curiosity you'd expect, but our current rec system is player-focused and well-liked and unintrusive as far as these things go. Frankie, did you survey your friends and family? Whoever told you this must have been someone that just didn't want to hurt your feelings. I mean, how did you get that? This comment is deeply concerning if you're a Halo fan. It speaks to how not all of the studio feels, but certainly to how a number of important people feel. Hell, Frankie is the franchise development director. He's probably the most recognizable figure at that studio, and from his perspective, at the decision maker's level, the perspective is that Halo's microtransactions are well-liked, player-focused, and unintrusive.
Black Ops 3? I mean, I guess it looked— Oh my god, no. A new Battlefront game from EA? And it doesn't have a season's pass? They're actually listening to what fans want? Holy shit. EA, I will suck your dick if you manage to make this game without any— You fucking bastards! No, that's it. This shit right here, this needs to die. Microtransactions. There's probably no other word that'll make gamers any more upset.
15 minutes. Gamers, Kokujimente, here today. So, I'm gonna say that right off the bat. I'm a little bit heated, so if I go into rage, I do apologize, and hopefully I'm not too loud on the mic. I've been bullying this in, letting it sink into me. Think about how I really want to go about saying this. I don't want to say something that is just going to be outright bogus and a simple, well, you're an idiot approach, you know? This is the so-called Marty saying, or not Marty, Frank O'Connor saying that the rec system was like non-intrusive, this, that, and this, and I just want to sit there and then frickin' go, are you frickin' dense? You're more dense than I am when it comes to wanting to eat mushrooms, and I can't eat mushrooms because I'm allergic to it. And I'm sitting here going, what? Coming from Frank? Really? You know, my reputation with him was 100%. Straight up 100%. His reputation with me went from 100% to flat 0. And those, like, 3 or 4 sentences he said. And I'll have that on the screen. I'm absolutely stressed out of my mind that they would go and say this after seeing the EA fiasco thing happen. It is outrageous that they would think that the EA fiasco even made governments like Belgium start researching into it as being a form of gambling. People hate the loot crate system. It's all over. It's in your fucking face. And you're gonna sit there and say that your system was liked. Yes, Halo 5 was liked because it wasn't bad compared to EA. It wasn't bad compared to Destiny 2. It wasn't bad compared to Titanfall. It wasn't bad compared to Overwatch. But here's the problem: it's bad compared to Halo Reach. It's bad compared to Halo 4. It's bad compared to your stupid Spartan Strike, Spartan Assault, which were shit games. And by shit, they just really didn't add anything. I'm not saying that they were bad games. They actually had a lot of development. Their music in those were fantastic. And the sad thing is, those side games had more work put into it than Halo 5.
1 hour later.
Halo 5 by means is the worst Halo I've seen in production. Like, I praise Halo 4. And this is sad, 343. This, I don't care whether you believe Microsoft's developing it or 343 is. The fact of the matter is they trade hand in hand. You know, some development choices have to come from Microsoft and some come from 343. That's already plain simple. That's just common sense. So you cannot tell me it's only 343 making the game. Obviously, Microsoft does have a hand in the game. Otherwise, you wouldn't be a Microsoft company. So please, Frank O'Connor, don't tell me that 343 is not Microsoft.
3 hours later.
Between you, Bungie, 343 is you can't get sued. You can't be taught a lesson without total defeat. If that's what it takes, so be it. I cannot defend the loot crate system no more. It is not well liked. It is very intrusive because it affects all aspects of the game. As much as you could argue that it doesn't, it does, because it takes development time away from areas that could have been balanced, fixed, issues that were at the game's launch, such as the BR having too much rain, the way the weapons were tuned, the breakout mode. I can't tell you how many times they've changed everything so much. What is supposed to be their vision, and you know why I think that is? It's because they decided to spend their time making a loot crate system so they can make more money. They jeopardized the game for that. If there wasn't a loot crate system, they might have actually been able to save the campaign from a total rewrite. No, they didn't. I'm just getting to the point I'm done. A lot of people have already quit. Some may come back if you fix it, but there's many who never will because of you. The Halo community I once known it for is not the same. It definitely isn't. And it's not different in a good way. It's very different in a bad way. The problem is the fact that if you think loot crates are a good thing, it probably means that the game's development and progression system is so tatered to the point that it makes loot crates look good. How long does it take you nowadays to grind just to get everything in the game? It took me 2 years later in Halo 5 to unlock the one thing that I wanted from launch. 2 years. Which in other Halo games would have took me 2 hours. There's so much I could talk about. So much I could talk about. And I don't know, it's broke me. I just can't believe, out of all things, Frank O'Connor would even go close to saying that. And I get it, he might have had to say it because somebody made the decision or choice. Personally, he's like one of the few people that could have done something about it, you know? One of the few people that could have. And like, again, if this is just a ruse and you say that to grab our attention, and then when it turns out to make the game look better, my reputation is still only going to go from 0 to maybe 50%, maybe 40%. He's got to work the ground up with me again. It's just mind-boggling. I don't think there's anything else I can really say without rambling on. So, I just had to get this off my chest. I had to say something. Everyone else is speaking up about it. Again, I'm going to be attacking Halo 6 loot crate system for not being in the game about as hard as I did with EA. I felt utterly betrayed with EA. I did with Destiny 2. And right now I feel like that with Halo 6. So, if that means I have to kill Halo 6, so be it. As the Arbiter would say, you must be silenced.